Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are back at one of my favorite filming spot locations because guess what? We have that one sports car that sometimes doesn't get the love it deserves. What is it? It's this vehicle right here. This is a 2023 Toyota GR86. Our particular one is the top premium trim. But before we get into this rear-wheel drive, manual transmission, slick shifting manual, equipped sports car, let's talk about what's going on here. Toyota, they've been doing some amazing things with their lineup, bringing more hybrid technology. They came out with their first BEV, battery electric vehicle, being the BZ4X. Well, one vehicle that they did not forget about was the GR86. Now, I know when they came out with the second generation, and we brought it to you from the headquarters of Toyota in Texas, a lot of people were wanting more power. But like I said at the beginning of this video, is this one of the most underrated sports cars ever built? And is it one that really, when it comes down to it, one of the best that's ever been built? So what I want to find out is, if you've been looking for a fun driving sports car, is the GR86 the way to go? Especially this one has some mods done to it from Toyota that are full under warranty. So let's go ahead. Let's dive into our Track B Red, that's the name of the color, Track B Red GR86, and find out. Right off the bat, the style. With this second generation, I fell in love with the style. At the front, you have that sleek appearance with the way that they designed the headlight housing, full LED daytime running lamps, LED turn signals, and headlights. Working your way down, we have functionality on our corner air curtains. Like the way they did just some flat black, not a bunch of gloss black. And then as we come across that low slung nose, they gave the new GR86 such a unique style, separating it from the BRZ. I love the flat black lower grille, fully functional, that Track B Red bodywork that extends out to form a splitter. And of course we have the GR badge. Gazoo Racing, they handle all of the sports car endurance racing, the World Rally Championship racing for Toyota, and everything in between, including these GR vehicles like the Supra and like the GR Corolla. Now, I know some people say, well, Joe, it looks like a Nissan. No, you get a new Nissan Z parked next to this, this actually looks sleeker. And I really love this style. Now, previously, on the previous generation, I liked the BRZ more. But this, I'm going for the GR86. That front nose just really checks off all of the sports car boxes for me. Now, as we rise up, you have a very, very low hood. And one of the reasons why is not just because the car is smaller, it's because we have that flat 4 engine underneath the hood. And we'll talk more about that when we open up the hood. But because of that engine sitting so low in the chassis, we could keep the hood nice and low to give us not only great aero, but wait until we go behind the wheel and go on throttle, great visibility out the windshield. Now, as we come around the bend on the premium trim, what are we working with? You have this multi-spoke gunmetal gray wheel. It's got a little bit of a metal flake to it. Really nice, clean style. You have brake rotors that are a little under 12 inches in diameter. Now, you might be saying, well, Joe, I need big brakes. I need big calipers. Well, guess what? This car weighs not much, so that you don't need that. And that's just gonna add extra weight. The suspension that has been tuned all new for this second generation. And I think the gray with the Track B Red is probably one of my favorite colors. Of course, you could get black, you could get white, blue, so on and so forth. But the red just, I don't know, makes it come alive. Now, as we come down the side, you'll see we have our functional side fender vent. So Lori's gonna spin around, show you the back side there, fully functional, nothing fake, not like the bigger brother, the Supra. Remember, the big brother of this car, the Supra, actually has more fake vents, I think, than any other car. So it's in the Guinness Book of World Records for fake vents. This is all about functional and usable. Down below, look at the way they took the sill, the side skirt, and brought it up into that rear fender. Super clean, perfect silhouette. This has the epitome of the perfect silhouette. And if you go back to the 1930s and 40s and 50s, sports cars, which were coming out of places like England, were very small, very light, and not a lot of horsepower. just like this car. That's why some of you may be sitting there saying, Joe, this is not a sports car. Stop saying that word. I'm not too sure about that. We keep working our way towards the rear. You got your rear wheel drive. And when we talk about the tires, they did a great thing for the second generation. They got rid of the Michelin Primacy tires, which were great if you wanted to do a nice burnout or drift or whatever other things sliding around. But guess what? We have now the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, and that's going to give us more grip. You're looking at 215 on the width, 40 series sidewall. And then as we spin around, I love that rear fender, the way they shape the door for the fuel to go in. Because of that wide fender, they have to make a unique shape to it. And then when we get to the back, look at the duckbill spoiler. So this has that kick-up duckbill spoiler, looking great. Full LED lighting. So there's the kick-up on that spoiler, functional. Full LED lighting in the taillights. Of course, we got the GR86 badge. And I like the way that they brought this thin strip of gloss black connecting both lights. You can see just how high up that spoiler goes. And guess what? Here's one of those mods right from the factory. This has the new GR catback exhaust. Nice gloss black finish, slash cut, large opening on both sides. Of course, we're gonna have a limited slip diff, but wait until you hear the sound on this thing. I can't believe that this is something right from the folks at GR. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and talk about the power of this 86. All right, guys, we got the hood pop. You do have a prop rod, I get it. It's all about weight savings, and wait until you hear how much this car weighs. What you're gonna find is that flat 4 boxer engine, co-developed with Subaru. What I love about it is that you actually have your individual intake runners nicely seen. You got your throttle body, alternator, no plastic covers covering everything up. You even have your bracing tying in the firewall with your shock top mounts. That shows the track readiness of this vehicle. So you're looking at a 2.4 liter flat 4 producing 228 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 6-speed automatic or a 6-speed manual like we have. 0 to 60, if you know how to do the dance, about 6 seconds flat. Top speed is around 135 miles per hour. MPG is around 20 in the city, 27 on the highway. And guess what? The vehicle weighs only 2,862 pounds. Let's think about that. A Corvette E-Ray that we just got done testing weighs around almost 4,000 pounds. So big difference with this vehicle. You got the limited slip diff out back, but why don't we go ahead? This thing's got a GR catback exhaust. Let's hear a rip. All right, guys, we are inside this GR86. I always feel like these cars, when I get into them, they fit me like an isotoner glove. Absolutely perfect. Plenty of room for such a smaller vehicle, but in the right ways, and I'll show you that as we go around. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, there's a lot of different smaller cars that I've been looking at. I've been looking at cars like the GR86, the BRZ, the Elantra N, the Civic Type R, maybe even throw in the GR Corolla in there. The problem is I want the purest form of driving, especially for the twisty bits where I live. Is this the car? Very good question, and you're looking at a lot of very good cars. The problem is when you're looking for a rear-wheel drive car that has a manual transmission, this is one of the only ones at this price point. Elantra N, front-wheel drive. Type R, front-wheel drive. Integra Type S, front-wheel drive. Yeah, the GR Corolla has all-wheel drive, but it's not as sporty as this thing. How much is this? I know you're saying, how much is this? MSRP with the additions like the paint job, the GR catback exhaust, and some of the other goodies in here, you're looking at $34,000. Let's see if it's the best sports car for the money. To the door panels. I love the sporty style they bring into this sports car. Up top, you have the Alcantara, not that guy, Mr. Cantera, that lives down the street from you. That's Alcantara material. That's the company that makes it. Down below, you have a nicely padded armrest. Look at the contrast stitching. Compared to the previous generation, they really upped their game. You do have a door pocket. It's not for food, maybe a Chipotle burrito, but it's mostly there for a Yeti can. So if you go into the track, you want to hydrate, you can fit your Yeti can in that door panel pocket, no problem. Going from the door panel to the dash, I like all the flat surface material, no gloss black. The glove box does extend out a little bit, but they do that to give you more space in here for your Twinkies, your track day Twinkies. You slide on in, you get another couple AC vents, and we have this 8-inch infotainment system. Very simple, and I mean that by way of operation and also with the functions of it. There's not a lot that it does, but I'm okay with that. I'll put it in reverse to show the backup camera. It's not very clear, but at least it's there, and it's got trajectory, which is great. What I do love is how you have dual climate control, and I'm digging the red lighting. You got your toggle switches for your AC. Look at the GR start-stop button. It's just the little touches. And then the shifter. We got the 6-speed manual. This is the optional modded shift knob. GR, it looks just like the one that comes out of the GR Corolla Circuit Edition. Love the leather, the dark gray material. Look at these shifts. That's good. I know Campbell's is good. So is this shifter in this GR86. Love the contrast stitching. You got your simple buttons. Shut the traction control off. Obviously, you could go off with track mode, and then you got 2 stages of heated seats, which are nice. Mechanical e-brake with the same stitching. And look at this, they actually gave you a center console lid. Previous generation didn't have this. Bombs away. 2 more cup holders, 2 USB-As, and an aux jack. And then look at this, we have the GR86 optional key fob condom. Leather condom for your key fob. And it makes the key fob just look really classy. And you got that GR86. Normally this would be like $500 on a Porsche. It's only 20 bucks extra on this GR86. Something so simple, but yet just kind of accentuates the whole experience. And then the seats. They look like Recaros, but they're not. But you still got the microfiber suede material, the leather, the bolstering, full manual adjustments for the passenger, full manual adjustments for the driver. And then of course, you reach behind, which Lori's gonna have to help me. There goes Lori. Yes, thank you, Lori. Pushing that rear seat, the front seat the other way. We actually have 2 rear seats. Now, this is probably gonna be the space for your trophies when you go to your autocross events, because you're not really fitting any kind of human back there. I think this is the perfect seat for Oscar, my dog. I actually got him a little track day helmet with cutouts for his ears. That's where he's gonna be chilling while we're going and hitting the track together. But you could also put your trophies back there. But why don't you come over to the business end? I wanna show you behind the wheel of this GR86. All right, guys, business time. Behind the wheel of this GR86, you do get a simple aluminum sill plate. I wish they would have put the GR86 logo at least. If you're gonna do that, give me the logo there. Pedal box though, perfect race car spec. Aluminum dead pedal, clutch, brake, and throttle. And then look at this, perfect for heel, toe, downshifting. And this car doesn't have automatic rev match downshift, so you're gonna wanna know how to heel toe downshift. The other thing that it has are the GR86 floor mats, which are nice. They have the embroidery, that's worth an extra 5 horsepower. Manual seat controls, I'm okay with it. It's easy to get this to fit your body. Like I said, just like an O.J. Simpson isotoner glove, I have plenty of headroom, and that's important. I could grow a little bit, or I got plenty of room to put a helmet on. Because if you're doing a track day, if you're doing an autocross event, you are required to use a helmet. You could put that on, have it on, and still have plenty of room. Steering wheel, very, very small diameter. It reminds me of a steering wheel out of a Porsche, because Porsche doesn't do the flat bottom thing. What they do is make a smaller diameter wheel, and I like the way Toyota did that with the GR badge. The same stitching, thank God they listened to me when I say make the same color stitching. I just wish maybe they would have taken the GR here and put it here and just not even have that. that kind of would have been cool. Now it is a manual tilting and telescoping wheel, and then you have your digital display. And if you notice, this is the crankshaft and the pistons go side by side. So nice to have that set up. And then you'll also see we could go into track mode. Very, very cool how you could switch that. Going into track mode makes those proper adjustments. But you know what? It's not just about the adjustments. It's also about the space in the car, in the trunk. Let's see if there's enough room for your next track day in this 86. All right, guys, one of the awesome things that the folks at Toyota really wanted to do was give you usable space. And I always love showing the trunk on these because even though the numbers may not seem like a big deal, wait until you see the space. Easily open it up, you got 6 cubic feet of space, but that is only half the story. Those seats can fold down, which is gonna allow you to actually get 4 wheels with tires mounted in here, a jack and some jack stands for when you're doing your track days or your autocrossing. This one has, just like the optional floor mats, we have the optional cargo mat with the GR86 embroidery. That's worth another 5 horsepower, so we're up to 10 horsepower between inside and out. But you know what? If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and go on throttle through the twisty bits together and see how she handles. All right, guys, we're inside this 2023 GR86. We got those GR performance goodies, especially that optional exhaust. I have it in track mode. We're on one of my favorite twisty roads by where we live out here in Clearwater, Florida. And right away, I just love the seating position. The way they did the new digital instrumentation looks fantastic. And this steering wheel, perfect diameter and size. And then of course we got the 6-speed manual transmission, rear wheel drive. If you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go, yeah. Chirping tire's a happy tire. Really nice, balanced. Love the large digital gauge display. The sound. Heel toe downshifting, baby. Look at this. On those brakes. Nice. This thing is freaking hooked up. Love that. I love the sound out of that freaking GR exhaust, man. It looks good, but boy, oh boy, does it sound good. Let's talk about what the hell's going on here. First of all, pedal box, like I said, is perfect for heel toe downshifting. I know a lot of new cars have automatic rev match downshift. Maybe it would be nice to have that on this car for those who don't want to do their own heel toe downshifting. But the way the pedal placement is, if you're gonna learn heel toe downshifting, it's in this car. Steering feedback is so organic, so real getting to the wheel. And I know that may sound weird, but in a day and age of electric steering racks, there could be a lot of miscommunication between the front wheels and the steering wheel. Toyota, with this GR86, really has it dialed in ultra well. The chassis is forgiving, but also rewarding. And it's so important that in this day and age, that we have to have cars like these. We have to. Yes, I know a lot of people want a turbocharged version. They want, you know, tons of horsepower. Yes, it would have been great if they brought the horsepower, maybe 250, 275. But it's just such a fun car to drive, such a pure driving experience. And if you're thinking about getting an older car, this car has that old school feel in a very good way, but yet you're getting a full warranty. Everything works very well in here. Air conditioning, I got some pops out of that exhaust, and it's naturally aspirated power, which is great as well. Getting to the infotainment system, obviously well within reach. I love the way you get dual climate control. The seats, they hug you in very nicely, And it's not like they're charging you 10 grand more for seats or something. These seats feel like Recaros, they look like Recaros, and they have a great amount of bolstering. And for those of you that are taller, with this being a smaller car, as you can see, my head is not even close to that headliner. All right, guys, this next set of bends, these next twisty bits have some really good decreasing radius corners and also constant radius to really show the balance of this GR86. I can't wait to drive one of these with the performance pack where you get the beefed up brakes, the suspension, and some of the other goodies. But that pure rear wheel drive experience, it just doesn't get more pure than this for the price point. And that's the whole thing, price point. But if you're ready, I'm definitely ready. On throttle, here we go. Smoke them if we got them. And you can do it in this GR86 if you know what you're doing. Nice, look at that. It just eats the corners up. Here comes that decreasing radius. Balance, superb. All the way to red line. On those brakes. There we go, look at this. Just pulls, pulls, pulls. And that's the thing, this car is a momentum car. It's gonna teach you to be a better driver so that if you want to step up to faster cars, you'll have the skill. When I started racing cars professionally in the amateur ranks in SCCA, I started in Formula V. Those cars barely had 100 horsepower. Yeah, they weighed about 500 pounds or so, but they barely had 100 horsepower, and that's where I learned how to take the twisties, how to successfully dissect a corner and get that proper exit speed. Because everybody thinks you want to be fast in, you don't. Fast in usually means slow out. This is slow in, fast out. It's all about the momentum. Now, what's great about having that flat 4 is that, yes, it's lowering the center of gravity like I pointed out before, but what's also awesome is that it gives us a lower hood, and the sight line out of the front of this vehicle is exactly what you want to perfectly attack the twisty bits. This is not a drag strip car. This is a twisty bits car. Having the peak of the fenders really gives you a great visual reference point. And then this 6-speed is a hot night through butter. On throttle, here we go, yeah! A chirping tire is a happy tire, like I always say. She just wants to wind out on those brakes. Just pull, 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 pull on the brakes. Look how balanced. Watch this, decreasing radius. The exhaust sounds phenomenal. And that's the thing, you know, I get a lot of people reaching out to me, and I don't mind. I try to answer as many comments, as many messages, direct messages, and everything else that I get. What kind of exhaust should I put on my car? There are so many brands out there, it's mind-boggling, and not all of them are created equal. I have to commend Toyota and Gazoo Racing for this exhaust that they put on this vehicle. It has such a nice sound to it. It's not too high-pitched. It lets that boxer engine make that great sound. And on the highway, it's a little boomy, but nothing too crazy. I mean, it's one of those things that it's hard to have your cake and eat it too, where if you want a custom exhaust, but you don't want certain sounds, what are you gonna do? The best part of this is that it's directly from Toyota. So when it comes to warranty and all that stuff, you got a little bit more security than if you go out and source your own parts. But I'm telling you right now, this is one of those cars where if you know what you're doing, you really can't have more fun. It's that fun of a car, and it's crazy because I feel it's so underrated because everybody needs supposedly 800 horsepower from what I hear, and a 0 to 60 of 2.5 seconds. Nobody really cares about anymore the driving experience, and that's the thing that makes me sad. And that's why we need these cars to still exist. It's about the driving experience. The throws are nice and short, crisp engagement. The clutch is very easy to modulate, and that's why I say if you're new to a manual transmission, to driving a manual transmission, this is gonna be one of those perfect cars. And even if you're in traffic, you're not gonna have to worry about hurting your left leg there, like it's gonna get tight or something. It's very balanced. It's got a good grab point on the clutch when it engages, and it gives good feedback. So you're gonna be very happy with that. But the gearbox, the steering wheel, and that pedal box is just a chef's kiss. But if you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. One more time for you. One more time for me. Here we go. Love this. And we're moving, trust me. On the brakes. Hear that heel toe, baby? Yeah! Go, go, go! Look at it grip, look at it grip. The grip is crazy, absolutely nuts! Absolutely nuts. And what's nice is it's enough power to where you can enjoy the twisty bits. It's not gonna get you in trouble. It's not gonna get you in trouble. You can have that time to correct, that time to, if a car is stopping in front of you, to slow down. And because you're sitting so low in this car, it feels like you're going even faster than what the speedometer says. But I hope you enjoyed this on-throttle experience with me in this 2023 Toyota GR86. It's gonna be a damn sad day when these cars come to an end and we're driving a bunch of EVs. But we still got them, so let's enjoy them. I'll see you. Hopefully you got a good amount of on-throttle fun in here. I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one of those freaking rip-roaring, 6-speed, slick-shifting, manual transmission kind of days. Definitely got to thank everybody at Toyota for getting us access to this GR86 Premium Edition with all the additions, that catback exhaust, this shifter, and some of the other appointments. Let me know what you think. Is this the best sports car ever built that just goes underrated and doesn't get enough love? Let me know down in the comment section how you feel about it. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raitis Rides family. Of course, we can't do this without LG Raiti working that camera like a champ. Not only does she know how to work a gimbal and a camera, she knows how to work that 6-speed manual transmission as well. Show us some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.